Right, let's see if we can fire this thing up. Avionics are all on. I think it was something like fuel boost to on. Starter motor, ignition to on. Or was that normal? Starter to on. Something like that. Tomcat DE, thank you for your sub. Yeah, we've done both fuels. They've already been put on. So I already did that. Yeah, the jets, like, the more glass you have in the cockpit, the more frame rate issues you seem to have. Like, the Dreamliner is, although it's amazing to fly, like, the Dreamliner really hits your FPS. I think they've got some optimization to do because all these glass screens apparently rendered through HTML5. Starter to off. Fuel booster normal, I'm guessing. Okay, I think we're good there. I think we said 6,000. 6,000 feet set. Okay, I think we're good. Do you have the problem with the yoke alpha and the switch bug that make increments by 10? The switch bug. I'd not heard of this. Yeah, I watched that video from, is it Jay-Z? And he basically worked out that it's only using 4 threads, which is somewhat disappointing, I have to say. Right, we're in that, we're in that, that's all good. Okay, I think we should be good to move. No, not JC2 Cents. That's his name. He's a tech YouTuber. Basically, the video, he got like an Origin PC and he unboxed it, and it was like an Origin Flight Sim PC. He unboxed it and did a whole lot of tests on it. JZ2 Cents, I think it is, yeah. Finally done first tutorial takeoff, then taking ages to calibrate sensitivity and get used to the trim. The trim is one of the most important things to learn. Like, people who are not really used to GA flying, if they're used to like airliners and stuff, they won't really have come across trim, particularly in the Airbus. Okay, if his economy's running, we're all good. Where's the illumination dials? Instrument brightness. Yeah, that's probably it. He basically said it's throttling your CPU. He said the importance of memory bandwidth. So, you know, it's no good if you've got like an old i5, you need fast memory. Oh my god. They've got to fix this ground crew stuff. Get off the taxiway? Yeah, DX11 caused the 4 threads issue. Nah, nothing to do with it. Randy Pep, thank you for 2 months. It runs well until you're in the 787 cockpit. Oh yeah. You talk with ATC, they clear you out. Yeah, but you know. Taxi, depart to the west. Acknowledge taxi clearance. There we go. Let's see if people clear out now, eh? Just squirrel friends. Just driving around in cars on the taxiway. Hey, squirrel. You had to turn cars off. You was landing at Tucson and had 8 to 10 cars on the runway. Oh my god. You have a Hotess Warthog trying to bind throttles 2930 to throttle toggle reverse, but it won't take it. Did for me 2930. Don't know if it's on 2930 as such. I mean, it's the one on your throttle. You've got the China hat, you know, the red one where your thumb is. That's your China hat at the bottom. And then you've got the boat switch, which goes forward and back. And then the one above that, I don't know what it's called, but I use that one. So if I pull it back, I can hold reverser. And if I push it forward, I can toggle reverser. That's the one I use. And that works in the Airbus and stuff. And the Boeing in the Dreamliner. That works. You don't know what to do. You need to Google the Microsoft forums because there's a fix for that stuff. Like, there's a few people have had that problem. Like, it freezes on installation, or they install it and then it crashes and they start it again. It tries to download 90 gig again. Got lights on. Can I show you how to manage AP? I can show you some of the basic stuff, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll quickly talk to you what I'm going to do before I do it, because once we get going, things happen quickly. I am on Twitch, little Ferdinand. all of my YouTube videos have a title plate that comes up that says youtube.com/squirrel, twitch.tv/squirrel. You know, the stuff that nobody reads. Welcome back, Alex. My plane started behaving very strangely. I'm literally not touching it, and it's making weird noises. It's definitely got fuel, right? My plane's broken? Can you hear the engine going a bit wonky? What the heck is that? It was fine till I got here, and now it's just not doing anything. Starter's definitely not on. Generators are on. Battery's on. Fuel boost is on normal. Ignition's on normal. Anti-stall? Where's the anti-stall? Something's not right. So there's the parking brake. Release. Okay. Think it's okay. Why does it want me to depart that way? I literally have no idea. It was making some very strange noises then. Okay. So, super basic tour of the autopilot thing. Thank you, Mr. Aaron. We've selected our altitude here, so it's on 6,000. When I take off, there's various modes you can put this in. But before you press the AP button, you want to be choosing which lateral and vertical kind of control you want it to deal with. So what I'm going to do is I've set my heading bug, which is, this is the heading indicator, so that blue bug moving around there. I've set my heading bug to take us roughly west. So when we take off, we're going to be sort of turning out to the right. So I could just put it in heading mode and follow the heading, or I could put it in nav mode and it'll try to follow this nav, which is on GPS. If it's not on GPS, just press the CDI key until it's on the pink one, right? So that's going to tell it which way to go, left and right. And then there's the vertical. So when it takes off, I'm going to press V speed, because I like V speed. So with V speed, you tell it how quickly to increase or decrease. So when you put the AP button on, it should just level out because you're on 0, and then I'll press this and tell it to climb, and you'll see it over here. You can go into flight level change mode, but some of the APs at the moment are a bit aggressive, so I used to use V-speed. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Group here, welcome back. Why am I over-talking the engine? There we go. I tell you, there's something weird. I think we've got too much weight on board. The plane's got too much weight at the back. Or something like that. It's behaving a bit weird. We'll see. I'll let it get to like 80 knots before we roll out. Yeah, I think we've got a few heavyweights in the back. You know how long it took to get to speed then, blimey. Let's see if he wants to fly. Oh my god. This is heavy. This is real heavy. I can really feel the weight, blimey. He really doesn't want to climb now. Right, so I'm going to start right turn. So if I turn the AP on now, if I press that button, it tells you what it's doing here. So at the moment we're on heading mode, V-speed mode at 0 feet per minute, but I'm not on AP mode. So I press AP, autopilot's green, it's going to follow heading left and right, and it's going to climb at 0 feet per minute. So if I go over here and increase that to like, say, 500, plane's really heavy. It's pitching up too much. You see how it's kind of chasing its tail a little bit? So we'll be gentle with it. So it's going to climb at 300 feet per minute, and it's on heading mode, which is following the blue marker. So if I move the heading bug, it will try to chase the heading bug. So if I do that, it'll fly 30, which is going to take us towards that magenta line. If I engage nav mode, it'll basically fly the magenta line. That's what it's going to do. Flaps were never down. The flight director's supposed to put these magenta stuff on, but it seems to do it anyway. It's a bit weird. So we'll just go into nav mode. So it switches away from heading. Now it's going to try and track into the magenta line. I'm going to put it onto half bank. This plane is overweight, man. You see, this is why I don't like using the nav mode too much, because it's a bit weird. This plane is really struggling. See, part of the problem is that with 12 passengers, FS Economy puts all the weight at the back of the plane, so it basically causes the plane to do that. Which is why it can't climb properly. So we're going to have to do a very gentle climb. Can you see the pitch angle? That's the problem. The plane is like that because FS Economy didn't spread the passengers along the length of the plane. It basically put them all in the cargo bay at the back, and the plane's doing that. And there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to accept that it's going to be very tail heavy. Yeah, 300 vertical is nothing because the angle of attack is massive right now. Can you pull the circuit breaker to a nonsense? Answer no. I don't think circuit breakers are modeled. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think the best thing to do is not take a full load of 12 passengers because it just kind of makes the plane unflyable. Like, it's going to burn a lot of fuel doing this. I hate this plane. No, it's nothing to do with the plane. It's all to do with the balancing. Like, I don't know how it's spread everything out, you know? It seems to have leveled out a little bit. I'll tell it to do 300 feet per minute and see what happens. Yeah, we're gradually getting some speed. I'm wondering if it doesn't have retractable gear, Bongo. I'm wondering if we should have taken off the flaps down because of all the weight at the back, maybe. Alright, we're doing a little bit better. We're getting a little bit of performance. So yeah, the important thing to note is what is here. Like, if it's in green, it's what it's doing. So the fact that it says Alt in white is like it's like an indication as to what it's trying to do. This is what it's doing, that's what it's trying to do. What it's trying to do is get to 6,000. When it gets to 6,000 feet, basically it will bring this down and just keep us level. Because our selected altitude is 6,000 feet. So it's basically seeking this at that rate. That's what it's trying to do. So white is like what it's trying to do and green is what it is doing. No, I don't think you can move the cargo in FS Economy, unfortunately. It's a bit of a shame. Let's have a look at the scenery because it looks pretty good. You made a map of emojis. You did as well. Oh my god, as if you did that. You've done kek, pog, lol 10, nom, yes, hug, meh, ggg and cry. Oh, nice one, Giddy. Aussie in space, thank you very much for the host. Appreciate that. I hope you had a great stream, Aussie. Thank you. As if Giddy did that. That's bro. You know how the right-click cockpit view mode, it will default to crazy speed. How do I show that every time I load the game? The right-click cockpit view mode. I don't know what that means. No, you can't do VAT sim on it yet, because Sim Connect's broken. Ooh, we've got a bit of speed going now, look. Right, so I'm going to try and increase my vertical speed now. A little bit more. Try and see if we can get up to 6,000. If you right-click the mouse, you can just drag around. That's what you mean. Is there a way to dim the Garmin screens in a plane that doesn't have a knob for it? Nope. Some planes let you, some planes don't. It's a good job we're climbing because I can see some hills. Oh, airspeed's come down again, hang on. I have to pitch the nose down a bit. It doesn't like that. Do I have any tutorials on flight rules of Garmin navigation? Not yet. That's going to be stuff for later. My goal was to get people to fly and then teach people how to use the autopilot systems. What are we flying to? We are flying to, right page, KCHA is where we're going. We're taking 12 overweight passengers to a diet club in KCHA. That's pitched down again. We're just not getting the airspeed we need right now. And they're only going to pay like $2,000. This is ridiculous. Do you know what? I'm just going to go for 4,000. I don't think we're going to make 6. Go 4,000, level off and get some speed. And just hope that that's enough for the mountain range ahead. Ever been to Ireland in Flight Sim? Yeah. I've been to Dublin, Belfast, what's that name of the other one? I've been to a few of them. Donegal, that was it. Donegal's good. Do you know why ATCs tell me to take cruise altitude when I'm like 10 miles from the airport? No, that doesn't make much sense. It should be following, like when you set the flight plan up in the main menu, there's a button on the right that says something like Navlog. If you click on that, it shows you the vertical profile of your flight. ATC should be following that. If not, click on ATC and request descent or something. Okay, so you see that then? It switched from Alt S white to Alt 4000 green because we're approaching that, so it's basically trimming the vertical speed out and flying as level at 4,000. And now hopefully we'll actually get a little bit of speed going. How big is this payload? Like I say, 12 overweight people. Where does it show the fuel level in the caravan? Isn't there supposed to be 2 dials down here or something? Middle screen. Oh yeah. 771 pounds on each one. Fair enough. Fuel flow per hour, 433 pounds of fuel. What's that, like 200 kilos or something? Blimey. That's a whole lot of fuel. Yeah, we've actually got a reasonable cruise speed now. I tell you, this is going to be a real difficult thing to land. Because of all the weight in the back. I'm going to have to go full flaps and try and get the nose, like, down. 200 kilos for 12 Big Macs. That water looks nice. Yeah, I'm going to lose money, but I'm relocating the plane a little bit, so that's fine. It is going to tail strike. It really is. Like, you know, we're like that now, but when we slow down, the aircraft's going to do this. I think we'll lose money for sure. The main thing I'm worried about right now is the altitude of these hills. Because if I have to climb, it's going to take a long time. Wow, why has the airspeed come down? Look at that. We've got a very small wind and we've massively lost airspeed. I have no idea why. Destination's 112 nautical there. I don't think you can control the mixture in this thing. It's a turbo prop, so there's no mixtures to control as such. Normal cruising speed, well, around about where we are now, like 150, 160. You can see the red ticker tape there, right? So we're not, you know, we're not going to go above 175. It's just the fact that it keeps going from like 150 to 110. I don't quite understand that. What's our ground speed? I don't know if it shows the ground speed anymore. It's showing us our true airspeed, but it's not showing the ground speed. It's not displayed. Upper middle screen. Oh, there you go, yeah. Nice. 168 knots. It's not bad actually for the caravan. ETA 40 minutes. If we can get over that hill. Is the AP playing up? It can be a bit overzealous sometimes. Are you afraid of the amount of drag with full flaps when you get the nose up? It's the only way I'm going to get the nose down is if I use some flaps. If I don't use any flaps, I'm going to have to come in like that. Wow, that is... Look at that. Wow, there's actually people living here. Look at this. That looks like a really cool place to live. All these like ranches down here, looks like golf courses. Man, these guys have got some land. You know what? This is looking a bit... Look, the speed's gone from 150 again. It's bizarre. Cool place to live until the dam breaks and the lakes disappear. Yeah, there's more elevation en route. little bit concerned about these hills. Astro Steve, thank you for 34 months. JAJTV, thank you for half a year, sir. Emma saying your longer route is 5,400. Rip. I mean, I'm going to try 5,000, but I'm going to try climbing at like 100 a minute. So set the altitude to 5,000, which is what I want. So pay attention to what happens here. So it's on green. So basically turn on V-speed and then increase 100 feet per minute. And now it's going to seek that altitude at 100 feet per minute. We just need to keep our eye on the airspeed. You just took off at Luis Munoz Marin International, flying to a tropical storm in the 172. Nice. You're going to get binned. I don't trust VNAV right now. Like, if I was to punch in flight level change with the weight distribution I have, it'll probably do that. Put me into a stall. You know, it's pretty delicate right now. Mr. Glaycole, thank you for 3 months. Sorry, 44 months. I don't know where I got that from. Can you see your own house? Yep. Yeah, you can basically see, like, there. See? There's somebody's house right there. Okay, let's try 200 feet per minute and see if we can get away with it. I really want to get some altitude going. I'm struggling with that. I think this is the radio altimeter telling us that we're 2,000 feet above the surface. What kind of a normal altitude with VFR? There's no real normal as such. With GA planes, they tend to fly under like 9,000. It's more of a pressure thing than anything else. Like, GA planes don't tend to have pressurized cabins, so once you start getting above 9,000 feet, you start risking hypoxia because the air's getting a bit too thin. We have to put it into a slower climb. $3,600 is the highest peak along the magenta line. Is that information that it's showing me somewhere, or are you just making that up? Oh, from Sky Vector, fair enough. So in that case, we're okay. Basically. If you go direct to Harris, you'll avoid the main peak. And we could kind of go around it. The question is, can we go over it? Harris. VOR1 seems to be an awfully bizarre. Like, is that to the north? Whereabouts is Harris? Oh, there's Harris. That Harris VOR there? That seems to be on the route anyway. think we're all right the direction we're going, I think. Yeah, I think we're avoiding the main peak here. We're still desperately trying to climb. This thing doesn't want to climb. I mean, we're going to struggle to climb any higher than this, so we're going to have to just basically avoid things. Why not climb manual? We are climbing. I'm climbing at 100 feet per minute, because any more it starts to struggle. You think FSE will fix the payload issue in the future? I hope so. I really have no clue, but I really hope so. Now we're getting hit with all the turbulent air going over the mountains. This is a 208 Caravan Cessna. Oh, wow, there's a valley here. Would you recommend the Waifu starter pack? Yes, I would, Larry. It's a great way to try out their stuff, and the drinks are so good. And don't forget to use my discount code and get 10% off. The payload issue. FSC shoves all the weight in the back of the plane. It doesn't basically, like I've got 12 passengers on board and it doesn't distribute them across the seats. It seems to shove it all at the back of the plane and cause it to be like that. Have you done a review of your flight controller setup? No. What town's this then? We're at 4,800. Glad you've enjoyed it, Jeffrey. So just to remind you, we're going to do another open multiplayer flight tomorrow at 5. So I'll be streaming in the afternoon. I'll probably do some FS Economy in the afternoon, and then in the evening at 5 we'll be doing a multiplayer flight again. So I'll pick a route and we'll go flying together. We did one this afternoon and we had so many people, it was fantastic. Yeah, Dimple Addicts, I plan to do that hopefully in September. Yeah, Sunday night flight is what we're going for. Yeah, 5 UK time, so that will be 6 o'clock European time, midday Eastern, and 9 AM Pacific. No, it's not for subs, Mickey. Anybody can join. Anybody. You just need to turn up here. We'll have a flight plan. You can see where we're going. You can jump in at any of the airfields and just take off with us. Fly as many legs as you want, and then leave. That's the thing. We're just enjoying ourselves, basically. We did it this afternoon. It was really good. Like was it Lamp and Bar put together that photo pack? What was it now? 1 second. I'm trying to find the link. There it is. Copy link. I think it was that one. Yeah, Lamp and Bow put together that photo pack from today. if you have a look at it, you can see on the second screenshot how many planes we had. You don't see them all though, you only see like 20 around you, but we had a load of people. And then there's a whole bunch of screenshots. Like, we flew through some... The first few legs, the weather was just insane. It was insane, the weather. But after that, it cleared up. It was early morning chilly, and it was interesting to say the least. But yeah, totally join in. It's good fun. Drew, thank you for 31 months. It's been a very long time, dude. Thank you. Please turn left. Please turn left. Thank you. Do you know how to take a screenshot in Microsoft Flight Sim? The way I do it is using ShareX. I just use ShareX to do it. So all I do is press Control-Shift-1. I get a window. I choose Upload and Copy. It then makes that noise. I then paste it into chat, and there's a screenshot. That's how I do it. Literally how I do it. You can use NVIDIA Shadowplay, set yourself a hotkey, and it'll take a screenshot. If you're on Steam, you can use Steam and get that to do it. But I like ShareX a lot because I can do so many cool things with it. So we've lost speed again, which is kind of weird because we don't really have a headwind. Are we going to make it through that gap, do you think? It looks like this might be one of the highest peaks. No, we're not turning anymore. It's a bit weird. You just, I don't know what it is. It's like, I kind of get the feeling that the wind is doing something different to what this is reporting. It feels like sometimes we get carried by the wind, sometimes we get slowed down, but this wind thing here is not giving us what's really happening, I don't think. DPH, thank you for 14 months, sir. Thank you. Need a tailwind, need rocket boosters. Turbulence, that's for sure. Wow, this really is the middle of nowhere. Just all this, like, uninhabited land. Apart from a Hotash Yokas or anything, it must have. Well, some kind of buttons are useful, you know. Either some kind of button box or more controls or a stream deck or something. You're going to run out of buttons, basically. When you run out of buttons, you're going to have to remember the key presses. Yeah, that's got to be a few hundred feet away. Looks like there's a town up ahead here, look. You love this plane. It's a very popular plane. Papa Charlie, thank you for subbing. Welcome. Mr. Drew, welcome back. It's a lake. I think it's both. I think it's like a lake and a load of people. People tend to coagulate around flat areas and lakes. Which is why a lot of major cities are by rivers. Slow-Mo Martin, thank you for 30 months. 34 months, sorry. Doing 161 ground speed now. We picked up speed again. Oh wow, look at this. Some really scenic places. RA was 1200. It felt lower. Look at that, they've got like a single road just running with a massive bridge right through there. What's this town called, do you know? It's just northeast from KDZJ. If anybody wants to Google map that. What's this area? It's in Georgia. It's Lake Chattooga Lake. It's seriously pretty here. Look at it. Like, all these houses have like their own jetty on the back. Like, you want to go to the shops, you just get in your boat. That's cool. It's really nice. Been good, Jeffrey. Thank you. Been really good. Really enjoying it. It's like in my summer car. Oh. I think some of this green might be a little bit too oversaturated. I don't know. Looks a bit too green to me. Crazy. Well, we're doing 438 per hour fuel now. And we've got about 1300 fuel and we're 27 minutes away, so we're good for fuel. Absolutely fine for fuel, but our airspeed just inexplicably dropped again. This is, I don't get it. Just don't get it. It kind of, it must have something to do with the weight distribution. Like, why would we suddenly drop 50 knots when the wind is not really changing? It doesn't make any sense. Still, I think we're over the worst of the hills for now. Well, Larry, the reason it's taking longer is because the ground speed keeps fluctuating. You've seen some people say it's a bug when going to external camera back to cockpit, but I'm in drone camera. If that's a bug going to external camera, that would be weird. I tell you what, we'll sit in cockpit view and we'll see if it changes. Let's do that for 5 minutes. Food Brom, thank you for 52 months. As if you got chat rules. I've been into streams that, you know, I've been a sub to for years, and I keep getting chat pop-ups now and again about the rules. I'm like, what? It's a lot of fun, Kyle. It's a lot of fun. Especially the multiplayer. Yeah, exactly. Rule number one, don't be that guy. Right, that airspeed's not changed. Let's go external camera. As opposed to drone. Look at the airspeed. On the left. Oh my god, look at the airspeed on the left. Look at that. What the heck? Are you serious? Hang on, let's go back in. Oh my god. As if that's a thing. How does that even work? I need to test it for drone cam now. That's amazing. That's a new one on me. So that's the external camera. I'm going to let it get back up to speed and I'll try the drone camera. On the drone cam though, I can't see the speed. So we'll just have to like count to 30 seconds and come back in. Okay, we're back at like 150. I'll go to drone cam. Yeah, it's a nice yoke, this. I met the guy who makes them, the FS Expo last year, and Cosford the year before that. Right, gonna come out of drone cam. Speed didn't change. So it is literally an external camera problem. Oh, but now my speed's coming down, look. Rip. Cool. So my speed came down anyway. So now I'm not convinced that was because I went external. Need to test it one more time. How much was the yoke? Well, this was sent to me by Microsoft and Asobo. Well, Microsoft. They sent me that, and they sent me the Thrustmaster rudder pedals. Hence why I'm going to try those next week. Look at the speed now, what the heck? Like we're down in flap extend speed. You have your own livery. Nope, but Puppies is going to work on one, I think. Is a true airspeed changing? Yeah, 129 knots. And the ground speed's down to 127. I just don't get it. We've quite clearly got a headwind. Chucky, welcome back. You just bought this last night, you're very much enjoying it. You're flying the bus trip right now. Nice. I'm gonna lose so much money on this trip in FSE. Not even joking. But at least the relocation, they're going to pay for something, even if it's just the fuel. If you pop external and back, will it fix it? Let's try it. So we go external camera. What? I have no words. This makes no sense. This is so weird. So very weird. Go back in. Don't know. Literally no idea. Definitely tied to FPS. I don't know, I mean, actually I don't know what FPS I'm getting, one sec. Can't do that. Okay, so what's that? 48 FPS, 49 FPS, 50 FPS. Internally, 41, 43, 51, 50. It's not tied to FPS, I'm getting 50 inside and out. You don't want to miss the landing, yeah. Yeah, the landing's going to be interesting, that's for sure. So if I go external, now my speed isn't changing. Don't get it. First time we've had this bug. Well, I honestly can't say it's a bug at this stage. We know that the plane is being loaded by FSE in a way that makes the plane, it's probably beyond its like center of gravity loading capability, probably. So at that point, all bets are off, right? Because the plane is doing things beyond what it should be doing. Like, I just lost a load of speed turning 5 degrees. It could be the AP just the plane level. I don't know. 50 knots is a huge amount to lose. We're currently doing this flight, what is it? That one. We're currently doing this flight here, which is KGSP to KCHA, 147 nautical, westerly, with 12 passengers. Paying like Ryanair ticket prices. It's only because they don't want to go, because I'm taking them to the Diet Club. The VS shows oscillations. I think the VNAV in general needs a bit of polish. Done any bush flights? Not the built-in ones. I've done bush flights with MP friends and stuff, but not like the bush flights on the main menu. Largest I've ever flown IRL. Cessna 172 and the Warrior 2. Those two. Although when I was in Max's citation, he let me sort of hand fly it for a little bit, so technically I've flown that. Technically. You like the Grand Caravan? It is a good plane. Well, we're not far now, 30 nautical. 37. Ah, cup of tea. I thought we'd avoid that peak over here, so I went into heading mode for a minute, just to get over that. Bush trips will be good videos for the channel. What do you mean say bush trips? Do you mean the built-in ones, or just like random bush trips? No, Coos, there's no shared cockpit yet. I think what'll happen is they'll fix SimConnect. When SimConnect is fixed, then FSUIPC will work. When FSUIPC will work, somebody will probably do some kind of shared cockpit via that. It's what I think will happen. But we'll see. Hopefully they'll bring out some official way of doing shared cockpit as well. Tastier Train, welcome to the Net House, thank you. Look at the radio altimeter now. It's like 2,000 feet over this terrain. Zogot, absolutely. FS economy is something for people who are flying planes like this. Bus trips built in a very, very long, like 7 hours. Wow. I ain't doing a 7-hour video. Are they 7 hours from end to end? Not per leg, surely. Surely they're designed so that you can just like do legs, you know, do a couple of legs one night and then another couple of legs another night. They must be designed that way, right? I presume you can just continue them later. Does it like force the plane on you, or can you choose the plane that you want to fly in? Forced, no GPS. Oh, lol. Which plane does it go for? Does it go for like the Super Cub? So what are you using for navigation then? Surely you're not using the VFR map. Oh, the first one, fair enough. Like, does it landmarks? Right, so just the VFR map. You can ask for help for a short time, but it lowers the score. Interesting. I like that. I like the concept of that. Follow this river until it crosses Highway 223. I think we can descend a little bit shortly because it doesn't look like we're going to have any more hilly terrain to worry about. If we like descend 100 feet per minute, we can probably get a bit more speed. Looks like we're over the ridge. Yeah, you can tell just from the terrain map. Right, 100 foot per minute for 1,000 feet. Maybe we can get a little bit of speed. Can you fly with this plane, or do you have to use a caravan? You can fly in FSE if you're talking about FS economy. You can basically look for... you can look for... Right, okay. Game World. Logged me out for some stupid reason. Flight. Trying to think of the best way of showing you. So that like search tool at the bottom, you can basically look for a particular kind of plane. So say you wanted to fly the, I don't know, Cessna 172. 172 Skyhawk, which is in Microsoft Flight Sim. You could look at, say, I don't know, KSFO, and you could say, show me stuff within 100 nautical miles that has a rentable Skyhawk. And then it'll show you like, oh, you stupid thing. Rentable. Why is that not working? Oh, I've put it in the wrong... Duh. I hate that. I put it here, then I should have put it here. There you go. Right, so there's... Within these, within 100, if you click on them, they've got rentable Skyhawks here. There's one. Rent drive, $200. $90 an hour dry. With a bonus if you fly it towards its home airport. So there's like loads of different aircraft that you can choose. Roadwolf, thank 56. There's loads of different aircraft that you can choose. I'm just using a Caravan because they just happen to be pretty efficient on FSE. Because if you fly like a 172, the most you can fly is like 3 passengers. And if you fly with 3 passengers, you're not going to be able to do full fuel, so that restricts your range. Thank you for 30 months, Bonio. Okay, we're 20 nautical out. To 8 efficiency, fly at the correct speed. Well, you know. Try it for yourself, fully load 12 passengers with FSE and see how it works out. Permadeath would have been cool. Nah. It's like people who used to play Mice and Macaw with permadeath when it was, you know, you've got a game that's glitchy and full of bugs and you've got permadeath. That's a recipe for pain, that is. Who was that? Mr. John Fly. Acknowledge the follower. John Fly, sir. Hope you're well. Hope you had a great flight today. Thank you for the host. Welcome, John Flyers. I can't offer you John Fly miles here, unfortunately. You bought a Track IR for Microsoft Flight Sim, but they're out of stock everywhere. Nobody sells them. Yeah, a lot of stuff is out of stock right now. You've got the horrible combination of COVID affecting supply chains and Microsoft Flight Sim creating insane demand. You've been doing FSC, haven't you, John Fly? I'm pretty certain you have. I don't know if you've noticed in the Caravan, if you load 12 passengers, it flies not so great. Yeah, 12 people that are basically sat at the back and the plane's like that. So on takeoff, the best I could get was about 200 feet per minute climb. It's interesting. The only reason I'm getting any speed right now is because I'm descending. It's going to be very interesting landing this thing. With 13 nautical out, we're actually a little bit high, really. Let's see if we can get the descent going down a bit. Oh, the Xbox drone is so good, man. So good. What are your buttons? These are Stream Decks, so if I quickly show you that view there you go. So they're the Stream Decks here, and then the yoke is there. Rudder pedals underneath. Thrustmaster Warthog, which you slide out so you can get in and out of the rig. And then also the Warthog sticks over here. And then you've got a 49-inch super ultra wide, which I'm running in 21.9, 2560 by 1080 at the moment. So I've got some other stuff on the side there, and then you're basically seeing all of that. So I see everything you see. That's the plan. Yes, it is a wide monitor. It's a very wide monitor. Okay, I think we're going to have to more or less take a more northerly heading to get an approach vector. And that way we can also spot the airfield a bit. Where did you get the carpet? Carpet right, I think. You in your custom gaming room? Yeah. Converted garage. How do you change Alt for autopilot during flights? Alt for autopilot. What do you mean? Oh, you mean the altitude selector? Where do you put your car? It's on the drive. I never put my car in the garage. Most people in the UK don't put their car in the garage because garages aren't very big. Right, we need to get down a bit quicker than we are doing. Right, let's get the old landing lights on. I need to spot the airfield first. There it is. Airfield's in sight. I'm going to try and take a relatively wide approach because this thing's going to handle really badly. I'm in heading mode at the moment, so I'm controlling where it goes. It's a little blue marker there. Whatever I put that, it'll shoot that. Sunday night trucking tomorrow? Nope, we're doing multiply flying tomorrow. Side slip. Dude, all the weight is in the back of the plane. I ain't going to be slipping this. It's basically beyond its capabilities right now. I have no idea if we're going to get this thing down. I'm going to get it into flap speed and then we'll have to get it into full flap configuration and hope we've got enough like thrust to get through the drag. Nice high speed approach. I'm trying to give myself a decent run at it. What's the problem, Tequila? The problem is FSC has loaded all the weight into the back of the aircraft. So we're getting a really high angle of attack. You'll see it when we come in. It was really bad taking off. Oh, admittedly, we've got half a tank of fuel now, so we're a little bit better in that sense. Okay. Let's do this. Stuart UK, thank you, 53. Seatbelt's on. I'd fasten more than your seatbelt if I was you. Fallen so far out, I've lost visual. Harry P, thank you for half a year. He came back from a Cornish holiday. Nice. Hang on, let's get the semi-camera up slightly. Oh god, it's all the way up to the left. Holy smoke, it's all the way over there. I thought it was here. Hang on. Blimey, I was way off. Let's get back on the centre line. I must have took a very wide swing. Blimey. We're looking for like 80 knots, but I think, I don't know, I might just go in with flaps 1. I don't know how it's going to handle with flaps 2, we could try it. Okay, it's not so bad. Right, we're in landing config anyway. You'd pray, I'd pray. I mean, it is long. We've got that. We've got a long runway, but this is a floater. We'll just have to see how it goes. Well, more flaps will get the nose down as well. That's going to help. Do a backflip, yeah, good idea. I mean, I'd be happy with like an 80 to 85 knot speed for landing. It's quite a nice approach. Oh, no, 65. We normally land at 80, but the weight on the back, I'm just going to keep the speed up. Otherwise, if we slow down too much, the aircraft will pitch. And then we're in trouble. Seatbelts fastened. If I was you, I'd fasten 2 seatbelts. I mean, we're fairly stable on the approach. It's just a matter if it actually wants to land properly. Okay, that landed better than I thought it would. I thought that was going to be a real problem, but it actually handled all right. Take the GA ramp to the right, I think. Nice. That went all right. Right, landing lights off, taxi on, strobe can come off, nav can come off, flaps can come up. Hopefully we're going to get paid. Can you do a proper shutdown? We did a proper shutdown last time, but yeah. Strictly speaking, I should have gone into low idle when I landed. The taxi. Well, I'm happy to disappoint you there, Mickey. N87, thank you for your sub. Okay. Let's see, we're turning all this stuff off. Taxi light can come off. I don't know the exact order that these things go off, but feather the prop, fuel cut off. Beacon lights off. That won't go off for some reason. Cut off the fuel. Cold and dark? Right, let's have a look. So if we go back to FS Economy, it should log the flight. We actually got paid? Oh my god. Ground crew fee 200. There was no booking fee this time for some reason. Distance bonus we got. Earnings for 2,000 and we split it. I don't know how much fuel it burnt though. Probably quite a bit of fuel got burnt, I reckon. So I don't know about whether we made a profit or not, because I've got to refuel the darn thing. Fuel the darn thing. Hang on. I'm listening to myself. Is it real money? No. It's not real money. Right. That's me done, I think. So tomorrow I will be back. I'll be back at 12 p.m. midday UK time. We'll do some more FS Economy runs. And then at 5 o'clock tomorrow, I'll do another multiplayer session with you guys. So if you fancy doing some multiplayer, that'll be kicking off at 5 p.m. I'll get a route together and we'll do what we did today. So anybody can join in. You can join in for one or more legs or the whole thing. It's up to you. But that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed the sim. If you're new to flying and want some training, I have some tutorial videos on YouTube. Another one went out today, so don't miss those. It was on stabilized flight today. So if you're trying to learn to fly planes, watch out for those tutorials, because I've got another one going out tomorrow, and then Monday's video is landing. So, but yeah, just have fun with it. That's the main thing. Thanks to the mods for carrying on here, because I did overrun a little bit. So please give them some love, guys, because I ran over again. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. And I shall be back tomorrow at 12. All right, that's it from me. Take it easy, guys. Love you all. Good night.